Shogyo Rinpoche has given, of course, a very beautiful explanation, as we expected, and I thoroughly agree with his explanation. But, of course, I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I spent some 14 years in the Eastern Himalayas, and I had a lot of contact with Tibetan Buddhists, including some of the highest lamas. And I visited many of the Tibetan temples and gompas in the area, and I noticed something. In some of the temples and gompas, they had examples of these so-called tantric erotic tankas, showing male and female figures, male and female Buddhas or Buddhas and Dakinis copulating. And I noticed the attitude of the Tibetans towards these. Yeah? When the Tibetans came face to face with one of these tankas, but then I also saw the reaction of Western tourists. When they came face to face, so I'm very sorry to say that in the West it is very difficult for people, even for Buddhists, not to see these yab-yum tankas in, as it were, pornographic terms. I'm afraid our Western minds are so saturated with sex, we see it almost everywhere. And we'll certainly see it in these yab-yum figures, and we'll think it's got something to do with some wonderful tantric sexual yoga, which will give us increased sexual potency, pleasure, enjoyment, and so on. And people often go running to lamas who they think can give them these things and initiate them in these all sorts of wonderful ways. So, in the FWBO, we have banished yab-yum tankas. Because some years ago, I happened to visit our center, our FWBO center in Auckland. I happened to be sitting in the reception room. And all around the wall, these posters, all yab-yum, Buddhas and Dakinis of that sort. And I felt that this was giving a very wrong initial impression of Buddhism to the newcomer. It almost suggested that Buddhism was sort of permissive par excellence. So in our public centers, in the FWBO, we never show these sort of pictures. They may be all right for the person who is doing a particular kind of sadhana under the guidance of a lama who is his guru. In any case, according to the ancient Indian tradition, such paintings should not be shown to the uninitiated anyway. And I sometimes wonder how they come to be shown, so widely. In the Hey Vajra Tantra, for instance, it is said that if you are initiated into the cult of Hey Vajra and practice his sadhanas, you keep his picture and his book under your arm when you travel so that nobody can see it. So I think as Buddhist teachings in the West, not only Tantra but other teachings become available, there's a great danger of vulgarization. So I would suggest that we adopt an attitude of some reticence towards the public display of these so-called erotic, tantric images and pictures, and perhaps not even offer them for sale to the general public.